I'm Supr.
I'm Easilyy.
We're going to talk about some clips and good plays from the first phase of the U.S. North American Division League in America. So in this clip, it's a 2v1 situation for Iconic. This was obviously Iconic's first map in Pro League, and we're down 3-1 rounds to Dark Zero right now. So I think this was like a big moment for Iconic too, because I'm pretty sure this is like the first clutch he has, and as we know now, he's he had a really good first phase. So to me, this is like, it's a really good individual play in terms of the clutching and like how he was able to escape, but it's also kind of like his coming out party and like letting people know that like Iconic's for real. So in this clip, there's nothing special happening. I think it's more so just like everybody making the correct plays on retakes or to stop the plant. More so it's just, winning that first map against DZ, especially because we'd been playing with Lags and J9 for less than a week at that point. It was just, honestly to me, going into that match, I wanted it to be close. Winning a map was like, wow, like we're pretty good to be able to win a map with subs. So, everybody was really hype after that map, but yeah, it was definitely a surprise to me at least that we were able to especially steal their map there.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty good, especially because I don't think anybody actually expected us. Like, we actually had no pressure on us, which was a good thing for, I guess, the Young Guns' first games. So like, it was pretty good for them, no pressure, and we actually came in and stole a map. Obviously, we couldn't win the series because Dark Zero is like a really experienced team, has been playing together for a year, but to say we took a map, I think was really good.
So going into Oregon, which is our map pick here, we actually had really good scrim results on Oregon. Later we found out that Dark Zero at that point was like a really good Oregon team. They kind of attacked it in a way that we hadn't seen. But in this particular round, Lags was able to get an opening kill, and then he downed a player with a frag grenade. I don't think we actually knew that player was down. And then I remember because Liv had gotten picked with Habana, so we weren't able to push Attic, that I told Iconic to jump in through the Attic window. And then when Iconic jumped in through the attic window, as you see, I jumped in through the armory window there. So they were focused on Iconic. So when Iconic died here, but in reality, he opened it up. So then I was able to come behind them and kill 2 people playing Ash, which, I'm known for. So, in this instance, Lags got us some opening kills, and then Iconic kind of baited himself so that I was able to get 2 kills in the back and win this round to make it 3-2. So this is first map against Tempo Storm in our, I guess it's the losers bracket of our group. We're playing Theme Park, which we knew they were not a great team at. In this situation, we actually get a 1v5 and managed to lose that to Crazy. So props on him for, it has to be like one of the only 1v5s ever in Pro League. Obviously here, there's just a lot of misplays. I believe Liv died first, but he wasn't really in a position where he could do anything. I think the big misplay here was J9 like swung the hall to try to kill him, to try to kill Crazy for the trade, which he didn't need to do there. And then Crazy, if you watch, hits like a recoil headshot on Gomphy. And then I was standing behind the white table, and Iconic asked me to he basically said to just make him push me because Iconic could trade me. But I guess we didn't know he had a C4, so he actually threw the C4, but he missed the C4, but I heard him rip it, so I moved, so I ran into the missed C4, and then he just got the final kill on Iconic. So yeah, this was obviously a really good job by us getting the opening kills, but then a calamity of errors to give him, he got 5 kills in this round and 12 kills in the whole match. So obviously that was just not a great play by us there. So in this clip, Tempo Storm brings a Cali, which you would think you open up the wall, but for some reason they then decide to clear with a Cali all the way across, and they managed to get 2v5'd.
Yeah, pretty much what Seth said. I was kind of just chilling inside, and I just saw the kill feed lighten up, and then I saw that guy was just baiting last alive in a 1v5 playing for kills, and I was just like, you know what, two of you have the right to go try to kill him, but it's obviously a guy just playing for kills, playing for stats, so it is what it is.
So in this clip, it's 2-2 on Clubhouse against Tempo Storm, which was their map pick. As you see, and props to Iconic too for good cams. When they approached Master through the door and the window, they were all getting spotted. So Iconic was able to play smartly off of the intel he was getting from the cams and just kind of operate around the site a little bit and just pick them off one by one. Again, just coming down, watching these clips back against Tempo Storm, it doesn't seem like they have a lot of droning in terms of like identifying people in sight. So it looks like to me they're trying to take like a lot of those 1v1 fights, and they don't necessarily have the skilled players to do that against our skilled players.
We had really good info, and they were just trying to take 1v1s against Iconic, and I don't think there's a single player on Tempo who's even like close to Iconic skill-wise, so there just was no shot, and it was just good shots by him and good positioning.
Honestly, I don't even think there's a lot to say in terms of like the strategy that goes into that. It's just, less than 20 seconds on the clock. They're trying to plant, we're trying to C4 them, and we won the trades.
Oh yeah, pretty much. They like got 2 kills on us, made it a 2v4, and then we got the 2 kills back on the trade, so that ended up being a 2v2, but then we're in a 2v2 on defense, so one of their guys still has to plant the bomb. So I thought Gonfi made a really good move coming up spiral while the guy had to plant. And then the other guy who was alive kind of had to choose between what avenue he wanted to watch, either Iconic flanking or Gonfi flanking. So I thought it was just pretty good teamwork between the two of them.
Okay, so this is the first round of overtime against TSM. We decided to just get aggressive here because we had been kind of playing this defense several times against them. I'm sure they had a good read of it at that point, so we just decided to surprise them. Iconic hit a nice C4 outside of the admin window, and then J9 is playing Castle, so like everybody knows if you're Castle, like if you do 1 tick of damage, you did your job. So we decided to try to go 1-for-1 with Jack. As you saw, we had Liv pulsing the window, and Jack was able to jump out and get that trade, give us a 4v3, and obviously in that, we just win the trades every time we win that round.
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure that we just kind of caught him off guard in OT. We didn't want him to just like give him the same look that we had before. And then I also saw like obviously on that pulse scanner that guy was alone, and because I pulsed the other side of the repels earlier, so I knew how many people were over there. And so I knew that guy on the south side of admin was alone, so when I told Jack to jump out, it was pretty much just like a free kill.
So in this clip, we're down 1-3 on Theme Park. We aren't attacking, obviously, on Theme Park. It's pretty difficult to attack. TSM kind of had done some things that we didn't see in their previous VOD that we weren't that prepared for. But Gonfi was kind of on fire in this match, and he basically just said, just drone him in and give him like at least 1 call on somebody. So he walked in, killed that first guy, and then from there he was able to turn that into 3 kills. As you saw, whoever was playing split just got completely blasted off the map. And that obviously opened it up for us to come in behind him and plant the bomb. So that was just obviously really good entry player by Gonfi. So in this clip, basically the only way we're gonna be able to win this round is if Iconic's able to put some pressure on them on the flank. What ends up happening is he just destroys all of them. Obviously, Merc is just like trolling there for a little bit. Not sure what that was.
Yeah, I remember it was me and Iconic in the 2v4, and I was in sight, and he told me like, just play your life, like legit just don't die, hide in a corner. So I was kind of just like hiding, not peeking anything, just making sure like, like they didn't overrun the entire site, like we gave them the throne side. So honestly, that flank just made them pretty disoriented on their attack, and it was just like some nasty shots in general.
So in this clip, it's honestly nothing too crazy. Obviously, Slubin hits some really nice shots. That's just what Slubin does. Towards the end, obviously you see us getting really hyped. I think in general, like people probably recognize us as maybe the most hyped team just because they always go to our cam when we're always going crazy. But especially here, it was Slubin's first game back. And that's kind of like for us, that was like, okay, now it's time to go. Like, we were playing with the J9 and J9 did a great job, honestly. But, Slubin's just a different kind of animal. And for us, that's just like, okay, now it's time to play, show everyone, that we're not f***ing around. So here we're 3-3 split against United. We won 3 attack rounds. It's pretty good on Oregon. For whatever reason, United's a team that likes to do like a lot of, like they'll take map control, but then they like to push everybody just like one area at a time.
It's kind of just like one of those rounds where it's like, as long as everybody stays alive, holds their ground, we're gonna slaughter them, and we literally slaughtered them all in like within like 25 seconds or whatever it was.
So in this clip, it's once again just honestly coming down to E United just not knowing what they're doing. So they know Slebin's trapped inside of the bathroom there, and they flame him, which is the right thing to do. Unfortunately, when they flame him, nobody's holding his run across.
Honestly, good shots by Slebin, but for the most part, like when we play that situation in scrims, like against a good team, like he's probably dead there.
In this clip, Gonfi and I are in a 3v2. Gonfi's able to turn that into a 2v2 and then a 2v1 for them, which I'm able to clutch. I think is a little unlucky for Gonfi because when he proned in that corner, I think if he kept his shotgun out, he probably just pumps whoever that player was and wins that. But it left me in the 2v1, but I did know where both players were, so I just pre-threw a C4 at the risk door because I knew they had to push, there's no time. So I pre-threw the C4, killed, I think it was Reed, and then it's a 1v1 against Retro, and that guy was negative like 55 in one split. So like obviously, unless I like blink or like fall asleep, I don't think I would ever not win that. So I just won it. So in this clip, it's honestly just a really bad take by Disrupt. They don't apply any pressure from the opposite side of the map, and they literally try to go, I believe, 3 or 4 through the bathroom.
Yeah, I remember Slebin told me he was flanking the blue stairs guys, so I started smoking the door, and if you like look at that clip, like I just started farming damage on those guys in the door frame, and then like the Ash, just for no utility or anything, just tried to beat me in a straight up gunfight and just smoked that fool, and then the rest of the round was pretty much just Slebin shooting people that were just sitting in my smoke grenade, just doing God knows what.
So in this clip, we're on Disrupt's map pick, which is Coastline. It's 1-1 rounds. We elected to go Penthouse. We were actually down 3-2, I believe, and then I got a kill, but then for some reason, I got killed from the bathroom by Mira. So I literally said to Gonfi, just run into sight because the Mira can't rotate back. Because I don't know what Nix was doing with Mira in the bathroom downstairs. Very rarely is Gonfi gonna ever lose a situation like that. This is their map pick, Villa, and I believe they're up 5-4 at this point.
Like, honestly, like we were kind of just like suffocating the site out, and then we had a drone in sight, and I saw that Creators was just like by himself, and like I just walked in and peeked him, and after I peeked him, I didn't want to like throw my life away, so I kind of just ran back out, and I kind of told me that he was on the blue window and he had a guy stuck on the stairs. And so he kind of just told me to peek the stairs, and after I peeked the stairs, like it was like a freebie on the stairs guy because they were pretty much just collapsing from all angles, and 3 players can't defend against 5 when we're all coming from different sides.
So this is match point for us on Oregon. Honestly, we were just trying to get through this match as quick as possible because we knew we had to play Dark Zero like immediately after, and we didn't want to expend any more energy. And Tempo just honestly was not good at attacking there. They were down to a 45 with like very little time left. They tried to flood the site, but we weren't pushed back at all, so we were able to hold like effective crosses and again just win a lot of those kind of crossfire fights and just finish them off and save some energy for Dark Zero. And this clip, it's the first round of Villa, which they picked. We kind of had assumed that because we literally just had to play and they watched us play, that they would pick one of the maps we played, so they elected to go with Villa. In this clip, I believe it's like an even situation with not a lot of time left, and it actually goes to a 3v2 in favor of them. But we were able to have study control because I know Slebin, I think, killed the one guy who's like on study bout. So we knew they were planning risk with one guy covering on the door. So I told Slebin that I was going to swing the door, and when I swing to just shoot the planner, because obviously the guy covering has to shoot me. He's not going to shoot Slebin, or I would kill the cover guy anyway. So the cover guy killed me, and then Slebin killed the bomb planner, and obviously they didn't have any time, so that guy wasn't able to kill Slebin, and we just won the round. So on this round, it's 5-5, so it's a real crucial round because obviously the winner of this round is on map point, and they elected to go Kitchen, which I think is their preferred site. Slebin died on red, and then I was immediately able to trade him, and then I believe Gonfi was pushing blue with Iconic covering Liv on the plant, and Liv was able to get in and plant the bomb, and then we were able to get a lot of picks surrounding Liv as he planted the bomb, and we just played good positions there.
Yeah, I remember that round in particular, like that area where I was planning, like on our team we call that Grandma's. So I saw they had a shield, and I was just like, yo, don't clear the shield because I'm just gonna plant behind it whenever we're ready. So I just told Iconic to just sledge above it, leave the shield, clear out like around it, and as soon as, I knew that they had no utility left in sight because they were just throwing the C4s at the floor. So I knew as soon as like we cleared that area, I could just walk in and plant, and pretty much everyone around me was gonna get the kills because they had to sprint at me to stop the bomb because they had no utility. Yeah, I remember like we were just 2-man down on coast. Slubbin got the first kill, but then I know Slubbin like couldn't keep peeking that door because that's just kind of like a death sentence, right? Like even getting 1 kill there was really good, and he ended up staying alive. So I ended up just dropping the hatch, got the colors, got big window, I peeked them. The guy tried to trade, I killed that guy as well, and then with that we were able to get into a pretty much a 3v2. And I just rotated back up to hookah, and I got into hookah and just started smoking the door, and I just shotgunned the last guy because they really only had one option but to push through the door.
So in this clip, we're down 6-3. We know at this point it should be 5-4 because we lost a long arm defuse on hookah, which actually is unfortunate because we would have won the map 7-5 if that didn't happen. But like in the back of our mind, obviously the like long arm diffusing was like, we don't want that to happen. Just in general, our post plant play in this particular match was really bad. So here we plant the bomb and service door, and they like smoke out the door. And obviously if you play the game, you know that like it's really hard to see through smokes. So they smoke out the door and just run up to the bomb and try to defuse it behind like the reinforced wall, and Iconic couldn't see the bomb because of the reinforcement where we had planted it. So he made a really smart play, and if you look at it, it's pretty lucky. He jumps out a big window, and we know that he's defusing because we have it called, but we don't have like a drone on it. So he just runs to the door and just starts like spraying towards the bomb and is able to hit a headshot on him. But yeah, that was obviously really close to losing another defuse. But Iconic just made a heads up play and was able to get that kill in the nick of time. So this is match point for Dark Zero. They elected to bring a Ying here, which obviously we didn't know. And if you've watched this whole video, you saw earlier, we kind of did the same thing at one point to them in our earlier match. So they're kind of stealing what we did to them here. And it caught us off guard. Obviously, we got flashed and smoked off in sight. We were able to trade it down to a 3v2. And then I think Liv kills the guy outside a garage. And I'm pretty sure that we said that like there's nobody, like that they were going yellow or like they were upstairs or something and they couldn't see that bomb. So Liv just made the like really heads up play to just defuse it because they just weren't in positions, kind of like how we've been playing a little bit in this match. They just were not in good post plant positions and they couldn't stop the defuse.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the story of this series was just like trash post plants. Like Hyper, like after I won the gunfight against Hyper outside the garage, and then I knew there was one outside of yellow for sure, and I wasn't sure where the other guy was, but I knew he wasn't left side. So if we were gonna win that round, it would have been if I started defusing right now because the guys yellow couldn't see me from where I was defusing, and Slubbin was kind of just like or whoever was alive with me was kind of watching the swing from the other side of the garage. So it was kind of just like, it was like kind of like a now or never situation. I ended up just sticking it.
Thanks for watching. I'm Supr. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll be making a push for top 4 next split.
I'm Easilyy. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all the fans for the continued support, and hopefully we'll make you guys proud again next split.